sometimes design projects can feel like you're rushing through them.
Yeah.
Like you're rushing to just get everything done. It's like a to-do list. This. And I look at it and I'm like, but I didn't come here to have that kind of life. I didn't come here to rush through to-do lists. I came here to have experience. When you're doing a project, every phase has its own beauty, and I'm looking for the beauty in every phase. So if it means I delegate the things that I can't, or I'm not that good at, for me to enjoy this, because you know what, this design, this like this space will mirror the kind of energy I put into it.
You're right.
Yeah, and by the time people end up seeing my work, you know, there's there's something that calls to them. What is calling to you is the energy I put in it. It is not the perfect arrangement of things. It's how the space genuinely feels like. Yeah. There isn't a scarcity of clients.
Yeah.
Like there's always an abundance of what you want in your life.
Welcome to the Studio-littleBold podcast, where vision meets execution, creativity finds clarity, and mentorship unlocks potential. I'm your host, Abigael Osidiana, and this is the space for designers, dreamers, and change makers looking to build bold ideas and shape the future of interior design. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I have Val on set. Val, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting our invite. I asked someone for recommendations and they sent me, she's like, Ebu, ask this babe. I'm like, okay. DMs, found a number on your socials, and this is how it started. Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited. We've tried to make this work.
Amidst all the
we are here.
Happening, we are here.
We are here.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself to anyone who hasn't seen your work on socials, but I'll still tag it somewhere on the episode.
Okay.
Hi.
So hi everyone, I'm Valerie Kunju. I'm the founder and creative director of VG Design Collective. It's an interior design studio based in Nairobi. Yes.
Focus? What do you focus on?
We focus on creative expression. We focus on the inner person and bring that out into the interior space. So it's very soul-driven, very, very heartfelt work.
Wow.
Yes. And that's what we're about. We're trying to do, but we're actually doing an unconventional way of going about design. Yes.
What would this be, this unconventional way? What do you think you're doing differently?
Okay. So first of all, we focus on who the person wants to be as a result of being in their space. And usually who they want to be, who they feel like being, is not very logical. It's very heartfelt, when you feel like you're moving to the next step of your life and you don't know how that looks like, but certain elements take you there. So for example, how you go into nature and then it brings you to a version of yourself you didn't know existed. So I love introducing people to other versions of themselves, especially versions that they didn't think is possible for them. So I imagine how design can facilitate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an example of someone, let's say case study, I did this and maybe you're going to post it on the screen here? Are you open to that? If not, we'll cut it out. Don't worry. You can tell us, for example, this particular person wanted, or rather this is what we wanted to achieve and this is what we brought out.
Okay. So I did a makeup studio for a certain lady, Athena. And during the consultation, I could feel her love for women, the feminine form, the feminine heart, and how that can inspire someone in life. So I took all those details and then created a concept around it. And once we implemented it, she was able to fall in love with her makeup, like her artistry, even more than that.
So would you say you do consultancy more, or do you do a mix of consultancy and design and build?
It's design and build, but it always starts as a consultation. It always starts as getting to know each other and also seeing whether we're a good fit for each other. So I feel like people need to go into a project knowing what it's going to be about, even if it's not like 100% what she's about, but just an introduction, a feel for it. How does the design process look like? How will you preparing you for the practicality of it. So most of the times, not all consultations go into the projects because people don't know, okay, so this is what I'm really getting myself into. Let me prepare.
Myself.
Let me take some time. Yeah.
Hiya. You've done that, so that one falls under retail, right? The makeup store. Do you do residentials? Do you do...
I mostly do residentials and furnished houses, furnished apartments, mostly because my style of work is creative and full of expression, full of soul and character. And that's what people like feeling when they go to stay in a place that isn't their home. Yeah.
Nice.
And then, so you see how you can go into a restaurant and you have this amazing experience, but that restaurant is not how you'd live in your normal
life.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then you go to that restaurant for that experience. So imagine having that experience in like a more relaxed setup, like a furnished apartment or a furnished house, a place you can just get away for a few days. Yeah, I feel like those have been the best projects for me so far because they have a lot of creative freedom and the client is not too overly concerned with the details.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're thriving as an artist also.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
In fact, the tagline, my bio initially used to read, I'm an artist. I'm a designer with the heart of an artist.
Why did you remove it?
Just something different, doing something different.
Oh, really?
But it's something I talk about a lot. Like how when you're doing your best work, when you're serving at your highest level, then when you have clients who allow you to serve at your highest level, you produce work that even takes them to the next level by themselves and gives them something that they never saw coming. Because I always feel like by the time when you start a project, from concepts to final installations, it feels like the concept under-delivers so that the overall thing can like...
Really?
Yeah.
And they don't like punch you in the gut like, oh my gosh, this concept is not, because you understand where it's going. But then they're like, this is not wow. This is not, actually that's the word they like to use. This is not one,
I've never had anyone say
really?
that. Like my concepts are too wow.
Oh,
so
really?
they're always trying to mute it down. Like, I think maybe this is too much.
Oh,
what if we can
execute.
do something? What if we do something else quieter? So when I hear that, like, okay, so you're afraid, you're hesitant to go into something loud. So this feels loud to you, but what do you really want to feel? So there's what someone is saying, but there's where they're really at. But most of the times when people choose to trust me with because the concept is, it can be can feel wild and interesting and creative, and that's usually a point of curiosity, like, wow, okay, how did you even create this? Because most of the times the comments I get involve like, okay, like I see a lot of work went into this, like I see the heart behind it. So because I feel understood, then let's go ahead and do it. Just because I see how much work you put into it, let's go ahead and do it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's not how I started. It's not...
How did you start? If you actually just, because this podcast, a lot of guys who are starting out, trying to figure out, their journey and may see you at this point, may not understand how you got there. How would you say, maybe in brief, I started like this and then I ended up here?
Honestly, at the beginning, I was just going with life. I was just getting opportunities and showing up for the opportunities and doing what I feel like the client needs. But at some point, it became draining. Like I felt like my soul was just constantly hitting. I wasn't at a good place. And I used to take like breaks. This time it said, I am not doing interior design ever again. Like I am done with this. I can't handle the pressure. I can't handle the real life of the practicality of interior design, because it's not... Creating concepts is the start of it. There is the actual work itself, how you move around this Nairobi, who you're interacting with on the road, the fundis, just all those details that sometimes are not pretty. I call it the ugly part of interior design. And usually I prefer that I don't expose the client to that. Like, it's why I'm here. I'm here to shield you from the ugly process. And
the ones who insist?
Most of the time,
I want to see. Can we go? Can we go and
now
see?
That's something we iron out during consultation.
Okay.
I ask, do you want to be part of the creative process?
If you say yes.
Yes. If you say yes, then I'm going to tell you how it looks like. And I'm going to show you don't want to be a part of it.
And the ones who say, it's okay, I want to be. Are you comfortable? Because how it seems, it's like if me as a client tags along with you, it's like it's also just not
No, I'm not comfortable.
comfortable with you.
No, I tell them right off, like, okay, I do this. There's this creative part. Like, if you want to be part of the creative process, I can just create concepts for you. Then you go and I'll give you the contacts of the fundis, where to get stuff, but I won't be there with you. Yeah, no.
So
like,
it's either I'm going by myself or you're going on your own.
Yes.
Hey,
it's how I protect this like this pure heart I have for design.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the boundary, and also just understanding yourself, like, okay, this is how I got here. I started hating it and I'm not doing this again.
Yes, I can't hate something that is so special and precious to me. You know, and I won't let myself hate it because of experiences out here. Yeah. So no, if you want, I can just give you concepts and then feel free. But we won't do it together. Like, first of all, this doesn't seem like a a very something a designer would say. But honestly, when I go into shops, I also get overwhelmed. I go into a shop, I'm too excited. I'm like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. I want to have that space by myself. I don't want to have to like guide you along.
And I need to gather myself.
Yes, I need to gather myself. I need to be fascinated by what is in the shop. You know, I want to look at this couch and I want to daydream about it. How would this, like, there's this client, it reminds me of them. Like the softness, this she had this aura to her. And I feel like this couch should bring her out the most, but I'm with another client, so I can't do that. So I feel like the most amazing answers come to you when you're not trying to get the answers. So that's what happens when I go into the into the shops, into the fabric
store.
Yeah, all of them. Any place that has interior products, it's a chance to be wowed by life, to be fascinated by what's out there. And that space may not happen when it's me and the client. Yeah.
I get it, because also for me, there are things that I've also set boundaries. And I remember I broke this boundary in this October last year, and I was like, I will never do this again. So typically I do a lot of clients who buy things abroad, so we travel together, so either we go to Dubai or we go to China. And for that one, I kind of want you to be there so that I don't want to deal with the payment issues. I just want to choose my things and you just pay. I don't want to haggle so much, like 1 + 1 is 2 and whatever. I just want to pick this one, makes sense for you. Alafu upambane na, I can negotiate a little bit. I can work within a wholesome budget, but I don't want to deal with the nitty-gritty of the every line item. You get? So for example, when I'm shopping for decor, let's say I say my budget is, let's say, let me not give figures that will scare people. Let me say 5,000 bob, right? So I don't want to know that one piece this should be around, each piece should be like, I just want to know in lump sum, I'm going to pick things for 5,000 bob, and then when I go to the space, I'll know where to put them. As of now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just know I want this one, this and this. This looks like going to the space, and then now when in the space, it tells me, mimi ni wa hapa. I
love that.
You get?
Yeah, I love that. As creatives, we are open to the creative process. This is how the creative process looks like in design.
Yeah.
That I feel like this pillow spoke to me, so I'll pick it, but I don't know where it's going to go.
Yes.
But I know it's going to go somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am not sure. So now, typically when I go with them, I remember now how it started was we would go with the client and then you go one by one. So when you're doing the abroad trips, it's crazy because, you need to do a quick walk. It's not like casual shopping because you have a couple of days. So if it's 10 days, you have to do and you're doing like 3 apartments. You get? You don't have time to be like, I'm feeling like this, I'm brainstorming. It's a matter of quick. Does this look like what I wanted? No. Next stop. No. Next stop. It's like you're walking like, next stop. Then you settle into one that's, okay, this looks like what I'm looking for. Then now is when I start looking individually, slowly and whatever. Now, by that time, the client is tired. They want, let's go and have coffee. Let's do lunch. In my head, I'm like, even just the walking, you're like, we don't have this kind of time. So I realized you're dragging people along. They're draining you because you have to go a lot slower. They want to ask questions and
you have to justify what you think.
Will this work? And they ask, will this work? And you're like, even me, I don't know. Even me, I don't know. I'm just speaking. I know generally it will work, but will it? I know I'll mix this and this. You get?
Yeah.
Then I was like, apana. let's change strategy. What we're going to do, if it's a 10-day trip, day 1 to 4, I don't want you with me. Please book your ticket for later or be on vacation without me. Yeah. I will meet you on day 5 or let's say on day. So for 3 days, I do my quick walk around. I'm not selected. I just have picked and known these are my areas. These are the shops I'll come back to. Generally, these ones are good. These are good. So no. Day 4, I'll have my photos. So I've taken photos.
Yes.
I'll be like, okay, generally, I'll go back to this. This is what I'm thinking I send you. You'd be like, yes, we're in the good direction. Day 5, I'll take you, okay, I've selected. Pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, we move. But you know, if I start with you day 1, I'm already tired. You're chokesharing me with questions, with being slow, with let's have lunch, let's do coffee, let's stop a little bit, let's go. As in, I'm like, we don't have this time, you know. And then me, I like to compress my day. Start like at 9, because most of the places it takes a long time to commute. So you're at the store maybe at 9, right? Finish at like 5 or 6, and then now I can go to the mall, I can go to whatever. But no, you breaking me in between the day is so
I'm too tired after 3 hours. It's exhausting. Let's go. Too much.
So I broke this. So see, I already created this boundary with guys. So I'm like, this is how I work. Last year, I made the mistake of letting the client guide the route. You get? So like, no, we want to go together. Let's go and then we see whatever. So we reach day 1. First of all, we have an itinerary. I give an itinerary. Day 1, I want us to do, for example, sanitary, this. Day 2, I want us to do furniture, and this. Day 3, I want us to do decor and whatever. Day 5, I want us to do linen and bed sheets and whatever. Day 6, I want us to do cutlery and whatever. So if you carrying day 1, they're like, okay, I'm thinking we had this store. Let's go and window shop and see what's available in the market. I'm like, I don't care what's available in the market. I know what I'm looking for, you know, kind of thing. So day 1, we wasted it moving around. Day 2, they're like, okay, let's use the first half of the day to do what. Then suddenly there was lunch. Then there was what. So 2 days have gone. So by the time I'm actually starting by day 5, I'm like, I need to come back to Kenya. I'm like tired. Like, I don't have the creative juice. I'm just like, this is never ending. Then a 12-day trip, no, a 10-day trip ended up being a 17-day trip.
What?
I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, so what made you break the boundary in the first place?
Because this particular client was like, you know, I want us to also explore for another project.
So it's the promise of something new coming.
Yeah, so they're like, when we are there, can we do both? Like, let's explore so that by the time we're designing the second one, we already kind of know what you want. I think I should have just separated and, you know what, can you come at day 5? We can brainstorm with you on that day when we are going to pay for the first batch. You get?
Yeah.
So I was like, no, never again. So I actually like you. I was like, tunafuatana nini?
I don't even, by the time we are, no.
Yeah, because it's hectic. Even like cushions, sometimes you go, like me, usually like setting up things at the store. So for example, when I'm buying even the beddings, decor, whatever, I actually go, I make the bed, I put the bed runner, I put the cushions, I take the photo. Yeah, when I'm coming back, I'm not fighting with you like, oh, I don't see how it's coming. I'm like, ndo hii kitanda kunikitengeza tukirudi Kenya, even ndo itakuwa inakaa uko sawa ma uko sawa, you know. They're like, okay, good. So even when I'm not there, my team member can just set it up exactly the way I did. Actually, funny thing, when we came back at some point, we needed to now set it, and I wasn't available. You know, it was like, okay, go to the drive, see the things she had put, ndo hiyo, set it up and move. Done. The only things that maybe you can now have to play with creativity is now like the decor items. They were saying, I just bring the lump sum of stuff.
Yeah.
Utaweka vile utaweka. Yeah. But generally,
I get what you mean. I actually get what you mean. Because by the time we are having the consultations, the initial consultation, I make sure I tell you that the creative process is an adventure. Me sending you a mood board, the mood board is the start of the journey. Trust me, the space will end up looking way better.
Hey,
yeah, I tell them that. Like, I'll tell you, this is how the design process looks like. Initially, you'll be really excited, happy to start. The concept comes in, okay, yes, let's go. Installations begin, you don't know what's happening left, right, center, but I'll tell you, like, I'll give you expectations for that. But now, think of it as the mood board is the beginning. So be open creatively.
Okay, that's so different. What?
Yeah, exactly. Unconventional. That's what I meant by having like, you know, we are going on a creative adventure together. So let's see how good it can get.
Tell my developer clients that. Because I do lots of because then
I'm
they
in
want
spaces where they're developers, and I'm trying to get them to dream, but they're all like logistics. This. I'm like, no, I can't.
where are we going to get this? Is this executable? Are you going to get it?
No, that carpet. No. It's too expensive. But it's like it's just over just 5,000, or like no. We have a budget. We have no. So now I'm like, okay, the kind of people I like working with. After I got into that like that emotional dump of design, I was like, no, I have to decide what I want out of this design, like this design journey. And I took time out. I was like, I'm defining my 5-star soul clients. They say you have a soulmate. They say you have friends who feel like you are meant to be, like best friends, or like your partner. So it's like, why can't it not be the same for design? I can have soul clients as well. I can have people who have been waiting for my kind of talent to show up. People who would love working with me, and I'd love working with them. So I started defining them as like, what are their like ideas about life? Just creating a whole persona, and then falling in love with that. Wow. So by the time I'm meeting you, I know whether or not we are a fit.
So if you're not a fit, so you met Abigail in brief, I'm like, no. Val, this is my budget. No, I don't want this. I don't know that. We can't do this. I need to be with you. Do you turn people down?
Yeah. Like I say, maybe I have someone who can be a better, like I have this other designer friend, and I refer them to you. Wow. Like I feel like, okay, the way you are, I feel like there's you'd be best for this other designer. This designer does these kinds of projects, and they love doing these kinds of projects. So I'll give them their number, connect them, because like there isn't a scarcity of clients.
Yeah.
Like there's always an abundance of what you want in your life. Whether you want miserable, clients who are not yeah, there are those ones, and they're also really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, my takeaway for every episode, I have a takeaway. I love in yours the way you're like, you know what? Let me comfortable in what I'm looking for. First of all, let me be clear of what I'm looking for. Let me be comfortable in what I'm looking for, and let me be confident that there's an abundance. Nitapata, it's okay. I don't need to be desperate, and I also need to find joy in my work. So it's not just like, robot fanya, produce.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
So it's not you see how sometimes design projects can feel like you're rushing through them.
Yeah.
Like you're rushing to just get everything done. It's like a to-do list. This. And I look at it and I'm like, but I didn't come here to have that kind of life. I didn't come here to rush through to-do lists. I came here to have experience. I came here to create beautiful moments. And I know most of life, like there's contrast where there are moments in life that don't feel like that, but I choose to emphasize the moments that do feel like that. And design is a huge part of it. Like I decided design will be a big part of it. So when you're doing a project, every phase has its own beauty, and I'm looking for the beauty in every phase. So if it means I delegate the things that I can't, or I'm not that good at, for me to enjoy this, because you know what, this design, this this space will mirror the kind of energy I put into it.
You're right.
Yeah. And by the time people end up seeing my work, there's there's something that calls to them. What is calling to you is the energy I put in it. It is not the perfect arrangement of things. It's how the space genuinely feels like. Yeah.
Let me ask, actually, based on that, is that why were you ever employed?
No.
Oh, so hey, let's run it back. Wait. Did you go to uni for design?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that. Which uni did you go to, or college or whatever?
UN, Urban University. So even getting there, it was all an intuitive journey, because I was doing business in Strathmore, and then one day I woke up at some point second year, first sem, I was like, I need to come alive. I need to feel like I come alive doing what I'm doing. And I can't find that in business law or commerce. And I was like, I need to go on a journey where I find what truly calls to me. So I left Strath and took I think 4 months, not like just a gap period where I didn't know what my life is about. And during that time, I really like went deep. I was like, who am I? Who would I like to be? And all that. So somewhere in January, my parents were like, no, now you have to tell us what you want to do with your life. And then from that quiet place, I felt like interior design, degree in interior design. So I look it up and I find at that point it was Maseno offering interior design from first year. But I was like, no, I'm not going all the way. But I feel like it's interior design from first year and it's a degree. It's not a diploma.
Yeah.
Then the next day I go to UN and to the offices and I like to find out what design courses they have. And they tell me they're actually starting an interior design course from first year.
Oh.
What they had before was Bachelor of Arts. And then you major in design from third year. But now this one is a new class that couldn't even be in the system for guys to, because it's a new class.
Yeah.
And it was starting like in like 6 months, in May, or September. So I ended up being in the first class of interior design. We were just 17 of us. Yeah. And that's how I got started.
Wow. Hey, you know me, I never go into the first batches of anything other than things that I start for myself. Like you guys are trying to figure yourselves out. You'll not catch me there. Because you're testing. We are the guys who you're testing and you really don't know whether it's going to work or it's not going to work, or you get what's that first batch called?
Oh, I get.
Yeah.
So it's like you're the trial and error
people. Exactly. And then you're the first batch of bringing like maybe lecturers, and then you're like, oh, maybe Abigail, Val, and Nani are not the best lecturers for the next lot. Let's not have them.
Yeah.
Not me.
No, you want things to be.
I need you to be
decided when you go in.
Yeah. So, and other than things that I create for myself, I'm very random now on the things I create. But that I'm coming to you. I'm not coming to you as you're trying to figure yourself out.
Me, I was so open to that because I don't want. Even me, I want space to figure myself out. So I don't want to go into a rigid structure.
Also, it was a good fit.
Yeah, like wearing like very official outfits, or not very official but quite official, and then being neat all the time. But I'm like, I want to be artistic. I want to have dreads that are as thick and colorful, I want to wear pink earrings. And so coming into your end, I'm like, wow, I get to do this.
Oh, really?
I get to be this creative. Yeah. But then initially, like the first 2 years, I was just floating through life.
Oh, really?
Because I had not done art in high school. And I'm coming into a space where people know how to draw. And I'm like, wow.
And there's a lot of couture.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know how to do, like, how do you do this?
Oh, so how did you survive? Oh, were you caught up?
I caught up, but it primarily came from that heart space, that quiet heart space of choosing to believe in my creativity, even when it's not what is happening out here. Like out here, I don't look creative, but you know what? I will tell myself I am creative. I am abundant. I am. By the time it got to third year, I was flowing in creativity.
Really?
Yeah, mpaka my classmates were like, where did you come from?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did a complete 360, but it was 2 years of believing in myself when I can't even hold a pencil well. I had to be taught how to hold a pencil and to sketch. To sketch.
Cross-hatching, knowing how to shade.
Oh my God. Those assignments
really?
used to give me stress.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, how did your parents receive you wanting to take the break now from Strath?
Well, initially they were not open to it because they had viewed Strath as a good starting point. But then hearing that I'm going to UN was also like, okay, we are from UN. They're from UN. So like, okay, your university is a good university.
No, now this time you're telling them I want to stop. Like, was it like, no?
Yeah, initially they're like, no, there's no way you're stopping. Me, I'm like, me, I can't.
Kichwa ngumu.
I rebelled. I was
really?
like, I can't. And now years down the line, they're like, okay, we are so
We get
glad you
it.
went. Yeah, because like I'm a firstborn and I've had like a strong academic background. So it's like there's a way I'm supposed to be. But then that's not where my heart is leading me into. Yeah, because like I am, like my background has a lot of intelligence. So like I'm sure they want to see how that intelligence would look like in the real world. And I'm here saying, no, so life is not just about intelligence alone. Like I want creativity. But when I told my mom in design, she was like, actually, that makes sense because you used to arrange the house a lot. Like you used to rearrange the house, change the layout, even her bedroom, our bedrooms. I changed the layout and she'd become like, oh, okay, this looks nice. And I'm glad she gave me the space to like
To
to explore
explore.
that. So by the time I'm hearing that in my heart into design, I saw all the scenarios from the time I was a young kid. Like, okay, this actually
It's
makes
adding
sense.
up.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's of Strath. Strath, don't come bite me there. I did my master's at Strath, so I know the outfits and the whatevers. But me
I
was
think
in
it
the
serves a
business
particular
school.
type of people.
Yeah, kabisa. Kina sisi. Kina sisi. Haya. This course, so now you've done generally, let's say 5.5 years. Was it senior of uni because of 4?
Yes.
And business 1. Should I say 1 and 1 sem kitu kama
Yeah.
hiyo?
Yeah.
Did you
1
ever
year,
did you ever feel like, oh, FOMO, like people I know have moved on, are moving on?
No.
You never did?
No.
Okay.
No, like me coming alive to my life, it was the most important thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like, I
love
don't
it.
care what anyone else is doing. As long as I wake up and I love my life, I will take that over anything.
Wow. Haya, when you started your business, was there a particular reason why you didn't look for employment? Was it that you didn't get work?
Hey, Kwanza, let me tell you. See, I'm telling you, I did a 360 from third year. Mpaka I got a first class. And by the time we were finishing, like the pinup, I had like 3 job interviews because they come to the fourth year pinup and they look at like the work you've displayed. And my work was really good. So I got like 3 calls. I remember there's an interview, let's say like on a Wednesday. On Tuesday night, I was like, employment? I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. The next morning, I woke up to get ready for the interview. I was like, no, I'm not going for that interview.
You're playing.
Yeah, and I didn't show up for any interview.
So at that point, what are you visualizing? You're thinking, okay, what's your plan in your head? Like, I'll go and start a business, I'll leave first and figure myself out.
Hey, now, when I was doing my 4th year project, I started working on a furnished apartment. Like,
Okay.
I had a friend who gave me an opportunity to work like on a furnish their house, like an Airbnb, yeah? So I did it and I loved it. I loved every step of it. Such that by the time I was clearing school, it's like it was just a friend, like we were doing it together. So by the time I was clearing school, it was already making money.
Oh.
So, and it was making good money. Like money I wouldn't have thought I could see within like just me leaving school.
Oh, you were doing it together, as in not the project, as in the Airbnb after you finished it.
Yes.
Ni yenu. Oh,
Me
cool.
too. Yes. So it's like you bring the money, maybe bring the creativity, and then we create this thing, and then now we can share like the profits or like
And the runnings of it all.
Yes. So by the time I was clearing school, I was already making money, and it's from something I loved doing. So I was imagining how would it look like if I could create more units like this ones. So the kind of acceleration experience in this project, I didn't feel like I'd have it at the workplace. Especially because when I was in school, I had a lecturer who saw my potential, as like who really saw me, and he showed me how my talent or like my gift is conceptualizing, coming up with ideas, and he helped me develop that. So I did that. I developed those ideas in the Airbnb. And I didn't feel like when I looked at the work environment, it didn't look like there's space for that. So mind you, I'm coming from a place where I know how it feels like to be stifled, like in business school. So I even even high school a bit, like there's a lot of pressure in high school, so I know how it feels like to be in a high pressure situation and to be stifled creatively, and I felt like that was the workplace, and I was not going for that.
Wow. So it's not anyway. So at least you had some income and something coming in. So you all also weren't feeling pressure. Like, oh my God, lazima nimalize nipate kazi. I need to have work. You get?
No, I didn't have that
so
pressure.
That was so cool.
My mind wasn't even there. When I was finishing school, I was planning my wedding. There was stuff happening in my personal life, like good stuff that I didn't feel the need to focus on that. But I feel like again, that inner guidance system was orchestrating things for me. So like I posted the Airbnb, like when the photos went up, someone came to the inbox, the Airbnb inbox. I was like, wow, I love what you've done. Could I have your number? I give it to a friend of mine who's moving into Kenya. who's moving in. Yeah, so like that was the first client I got. Then the same person who I've never met before, like up to that point I had never met them. They're like, my sister needs her bedroom done. See, you can go do her bedroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, someone who didn't even visit the Airbnb at that point, even to experience
Just
this space.
photos.
Yeah, just photos. And then my friend was like, so just post this Airbnb photos on your Instagram, because initially I was making in campus I was making like baskets, I was doing some crafty things. So they were like, just post them on your Instagram just for the fun, see what will happen. You know, post a video. We did a video, a shoot for the fun of it. We thought it was to get like clients
for the Airbnb,
not for the design business. Yes, and then at that point, client side my friends would give my number to their colleagues, and then yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it wasn't planned out. It was all creative, and that's the kind of journey I prefer. Like it's a creative journey. I don't want to know what's next. You know, like let me stumble upon something amazing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it doesn't need to
be such a free spirit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's the coolest thing ever. That's such a nice journey when I think about it. Like you didn't have that stress of figuring ABCD. You didn't feel like pressured to have a 8-to-5 job.
As I've said, like my background was very intelligence based.
Yeah.
So I wanted to explore what the other side of life looks like when you're a creative spirit. Where you don't have to know what life is going to give you. You're just available to receive. You're available to receive. And so it's like, let me see between these two perspectives, which one I like the best. And so far, I like the creative one.
And how was it adjusting to, because this is more or less like, do I call it a business? Is it a business really? It's because you weren't intentional about making it a business. It's like, one person comes, you do their work, they refer you to a second person. How is it adjusting into now making money from it? Because was it all fun? Were you making money? Because there's so many other things in the background that need to come in place. The ugly part of interior design, inakuja hapo. You have to balance and figure out, okay, am I losing money out of it? Or at that point, is your headspace like, me, I just want to do something nice?
That's how it started.
Okay.
I want to do something nice. And I was intentional about not bringing money into the focus initially, because I don't know how that will, like, I don't want that to limit my expression.
Okay.
So what if I discover an avenue that can make money, but it's not exactly what I want to do? Because there's there's a dilemma that happens when you can be good at so many things, but they don't bring you joy.
Yeah.
So I want to be good at things that genuinely bring me joy and can also make me like a good amount of money. So initially, honestly, I had support where I was dropped for consultations. Like I made losses, like the first few projects, but it's because I was also figuring out, what does it look like? Like, how does interior design look like when I'm doing it for someone else?
Yeah.
So someone has brought me in to do like their living room. I take dimensions. Maybe I have to come back and like take more dimensions, or like just do something. All those trips, the fuel, the what. So like those technicalities, I feel like you can get into stress when you're concerned about making money.
Yeah.
So I had the space to explore that. And then now, once I was confident in what I'm about and like how I'd like things to flow, now I'm like, okay, not when I charge this, I actually mean this amount. Like, please don't, like, I have done my math.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's important for other viewers to read and understand. You get. There's actually a guest I hosted. I think you watched. I don't know if you've watched, but it's up on YouTube. Olive.
Olive. I love Olive.
Yeah. So also for her, like when I look at it, there are things that she tells me she was able to do out of the privileges that were in her life. Even for me right now, there's so many, even the podcast is just barely out of privilege, in all honesty. And I usually say, this is a podcast that needs to be very open so that we're not lying to people of A, B, C, D. And I'm not also telling you, I'm working hard, yes, but I also have this kind of support in the background. Yeah. So that you're not like, oh, but that one, she's just working. Even me, I'm working. What am I not getting?
She's self-made in every sense of the word. I'm like, no, there's no shame in having support.
Yeah.
And I think the most beautiful thing is that everyone has their own kind of support. So my kind of support is not what your kind of support will look
be.
like there's a way your life there's a way your life wants to look like. If you're in your most thriving state of mind.
Yeah.
So if you put yourself in a state where I genuinely want to thrive, I choose not to let fear rule me, but I want to thrive, life will show you where, like, how to go about it.
Yeah.
It'll just put you in the path of someone who is willing to support you,
Yeah.
or so I feel like people have, like, because you're so individual and you're so unique, then we all have our unique support systems. And just because mine looks like this doesn't disqualify yours.
Yeah, because Hashi was very clear about her support was not Olive's, was very clear that her support was not necessarily financial, but it was also of she had a baby young. And she was like, her folks are like, you know what, wenda ufanye kitu unataka. Mimi nitakuchungia mtoto or whatever this should not be the thing that's holding you back. You get? Yeah. So she was like, I had a lot of support with that since I can try. Even her, she said there's a time she had like a, should I say blackout period, where she's like, she hated, she didn't know what she was doing, and she was home for months. So she had that support of, okay, I don't need to hustle.
You can be home. Yeah.
I can be home.
You're going to eat.
You're going to sleep. Yeah. Even me, for me, I had support of, there's a period also I didn't want to do stuff. I was like, I don't like what I'm doing. And I was home for a really long time. You get? Actually, there's a time when I left job, when I was starting my design firm, I wasn't leaving knowing what I'm going to do. In fact, I told my husband, I'm coming home to be a housewife. That was the plan. It lasted 2 months. I was bored. You get? But you see that privilege of, it's okay. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's okay. And in that period, it's like, okay, what do I want to do? Just thinking slowly and thinking deeply and being like, okay, let me try this. And if it doesn't work. So I think maybe that privilege that I have gives me the leverage to just experiment and say, okay, I'm starting a podcast. Or, I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm not taking any more clients anymore. It's okay. You know, that kind of thing. So I love that you've brought it up and that you're honest about it.
Yeah.
And even that Olive was honest about it. Not everyone has that. Yeah. There are people who are waking up and they're like, hey, I have to feed my kid, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And you can't catch a break to think. You can't even catch a break to think. Let me ask. Client feedback, how was it adjusting to client feedback, which was different from uni? Uni, pin-up, how it is, and then now reality. Was it difficult, Ama, for you? It was like, I'm good.
Client feedback during what stage?
Like when you've left. Left.
Okay, like during when I've left the site.
No, when you've left uni, now you're doing your own thing here and there, whether you're making money or not, but you're getting feedback from clients. Was it different from how you're receiving from your lecturers in uni?
Not really. Okay, like what I can say is that when I was in campus, I felt like some of my best lecturers saw the potential in my work, and I was able to like express it well. But now coming into the real world where you have clients and you have projects, I came to realize that sometimes the feedback is not really about the project itself. It's about what the client is going through.
Expound 10 marks.
Okay, so when people bring in an interior designer, they're bringing you into their home, their space. And whether they know it or not, subconsciously, they're letting you in. And especially during consultations, that you get to hear how their day works. How their family moves through the like the space. Yeah. And sometimes that can that is not really tied to your work as a designer or how good you are, but it's like the family dynamics at that particular time. So sometimes when I get feedback, particularly about like a concept, I look at the feedback as a creative opportunity to co-create. Like
Because I can't know about some very specific details about you as a client if you don't tell me.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have to be brave enough to ask you those questions without having to feel like I'm intruding, because I genuinely need that information. You know, how do you want your family to function? You know, what is your relationship with the television? You know, do you want it not to be there so that you can have more family time? But if I present a concept and you feel like it doesn't work, then it's not an attack on my creativity. Really, it's more about what resonates with you. So initially, at the very, very start, I was getting offended, but this is a really good concept. You know, Amma, I give you 2 ideas, I give you 2 concepts, like your bedroom. Then you choose the less
exciting
wow
one.
I'm like, but this is the obvious choice.
Obvious to you.
Yeah, obvious to me. But then when I hear what they're like, when I really, because I like asking them questions. Like, in fact, this is a bit new for me because I'm usually the one asking the questions. So like you're asking me questions, but I'm on the other side most of the times because I want to understand, okay, so not this concept, why? You know, like just the heart of it without my offense, like laying my offense at the table, like, okay, there's something here. And over time, I came to realize that, wow, what if working with clients can be like a new adventure we go on together where, yes, I'm the creative here, but I can pick apart things that spark you up and incorporate them in the design now, like the studio one. You know, where that's not the initial idea I had. But I'm like, okay, you love women. Like, I want, like, let me fall in love with that as well, you know. And now we get to co-create this space. But then we co-create at the initial, like at the concept stage, not during implementation. Implementation, like we just flow. Yeah, because I assure
Trust
you,
me,
it'll
be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, and I'm clear that decision fatigue is real. You don't want to be a part of it. You don't want to finish this project and hate the entire, like, not even appreciate it because you're not there. You are not, you're too tired, you know? Yeah. So feedback is not, feedback sounds like a very serious word, but it's really like, wow, we can go on this thing together. You know, like how they look like, you know, like just, I want to drench me in you, you know, like how can I bring you into this space? Let's co-create. Yeah.
Actually, for me, one of the projects that I love the most was a residential. It was like a villa. For this most fantastic, Yani, this one, I'll always talk about you on this podcast because you're just the best. He was a fantastic client in terms of, he was not easy. He was just going on the journey. You get? I'm not saying that everything I am presenting was good or was what he wanted, but you'd be like, okay, I'm struggling to visualize this one. What do you think if this, you know, because us guys, we prefer A, B, C, D. And then you get to like, oh, I hear you, you know. And it turned out so good. I love it so much. I wish I went back to do like professional photography for it. It was just so amazing. And the client was fantastic. You know,
that's what life is like. Those are the moments we're really after in life, and what if we can recreate them over and over again? Because that's what I'm after in design, like recreating these moments over and over again. Because recently I did a project where I loved it, like I loved the whole concept, but then the client was like, like I see what you were doing here, but could we change the color palette into this? It's not they gave me a guideline. And then she was like, no, but I have worked so hard on this. But then that moment of curiosity, okay, so like,
if I did this.
Yeah, let me explore that. And then I did. And I went into creating, and it was like an adventure. It just kept on giving. Now the designing part and then the implementation. But the time that came into this space, like, it's like, wow, Val, how did you do this? Is this our house? Do we get to live here?
Wow.
And that's because I was open to the feedback. I didn't have to take offense. I didn't have to take it. Just because I've worked so hard on a concept doesn't mean it has to work. Because the point is not for it to work. The point is that I put in the creative energy. Once you put in creative energy, it's going to come back to you. You know, it's like you're just depositing and depositing and depositing. I'm not getting drained as a result of it. I'm just getting more energy. So like, you've just given me energy. When I sat down and did the concept the first time, I was so excited. I went, I did what? That's the point right there. The point is not the end result. The point is moments in the journey that can be amazing.
Yeah. And actually, just to piggyback on that,
Yeah.
just noting that this particular client of yours also was participating. They're not like, value the creative, and then bataikai vizuri full stop. Now, what feedback is that? Like, I don't like it. What do I work with that? What do I, how do I move from here?
Yeah.
What do I,
They
do I
give me
not
an
like?
option?
Yeah.
Like, what if you work with reds, greens, and there was burgundy, there was green, like oranges. They didn't just hit on it and like, no. They're like, let's do it. But then they were just involved the very first time. After the concepts came through, like, now you're the creative.
Also,
Now
for
do
me, the
it.
client that I'm saying. So actually, what
It's
I'm
the same
taking,
thing.
same thing. Like, they were not involved. In fact, he's not even in the country, but he was building in the country. So it was also sort of like, he was like, you know what? Just show me generally. Wherever you need me to sign off, but the rest of the things, I am trusting your guidance. You get? So
love
it was,
that.
so I would go even just pick materials and put them and be like, where I'm undecisive, I'd ask my team, guys, I'm feeling this, but there's something that's missing. Someone would say, me, I don't like this. When I give him options, I'm like, okay, I have this is what I'm thinking. And this is what feels more like you, So it was such a nice, like, collaboration. By the time I'm picking out stuff, Yani, it was just fantastic. So actually, let me summarize this part so that guys can learn from it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be important for designers to have an audit of the design process for every client, just to see this and this aspects worked, and this is what I want to lift into my next project. Then you're saying, why not recreate that over and over again? Because I've always, so for me, I'm very intentional about like looking at maybe like the financials, so that hapa tuliharibu, hapa tulifanya nini. Here maybe you get, we could do better, but I've never really thought of being like, actually, what are we saying needs to be carried forward to the next,
Yeah. How can we build upon what
on
we've
this, so that we
experienced?
know on the next client, this is important for us.
Yeah. And even how was I when I was doing this project?
Exactly.
Because that's a huge, sometimes I feel like as humans, we place too much emphasis on the outside world, on the external factors, and how we are victims to it, how we have no one supporting us. No, what if you take the responsibility back and you have the power in and of yourself to create the kind of reality you want? So for me, it looks like being present, like being very aware of the state of heart I'm in from the time I meet a client to the time we are doing the project. Because when I'm not in the right heart space, things fall apart. It's like you're the one holding everything together energetically. Yeah. So the moment you start feeling like things are not working, then they stop working. Because now you're like, okay, I let doubt in. Yeah. But now if I am in this place where I feel like this is an amazing project, I get to be around this client a lot. I get to be around their space a lot, keeping that energy throughout, which for me looks like creating moments during the project for me to fall in love with it, like to continue falling in love with the project. So I normally tell clients, I'll come to your space, like during work hours, definitely, but I'll just sit here for like 2 hours and just imagine how it feels like living here.
Oh my gosh.
Let me obsess about your space.
You're such a creative. Oh my
like,
goodness.
I want you to love this space, but I also need to flow in this space. What does this space want to be like for you? I don't know you internally fully, but like there's like a version of you that exists in this space.
So you're just in my living room there, pittering. I'm just seeing Val chilling, thinking.
Yeah. And most of them are like, they're like, okay, that's new. Yeah, okay, do it. I've never had anyone do that. Okay, you're most welcome. In fact, I won't even be there. Feel free. Because I realize people love being thought of. People love knowing that you care about them even past the money they are giving you. I think that's what people are really after. When they're working with you, they want to feel understood and felt, but in a way that I do it in a way that doesn't overwhelm me as well. So like when they realize that you're actually there, you're so for them, that even more than they realize. Then now they let you. They're like, okay,
fine, do
like
your thing.
You actually care. You genuinely care about this project, not because you want to finish and just move on to the next one, but you care. You care even more than I do. You care even in a creative sense. I realize people can be very protective of themselves, like clients. They're like, I'm going to give you money. Like, I don't know, I worked hard for this money. And what if you make a mistake? What if you do what? But then the moment they feel like you care, then they're able to navigate even like through the issues when they come up with a lot of grace. Because issues do come up and you need them to know that I care.
So actually what happens when you made mistakes on site? How have you been navigating?
That's why I usually, so first of all, I prepare them by telling them that the process is ugly and sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to work out.
So you start with honesty.
Yes. I say this project will take like 3 months and I won't update you on a day-to-day basis. Like I'll work on a week-to-week basis because maybe like the first 2 days I couldn't be somewhere, but I'm going to be here. So it's like I give you reasons. I don't give you a perfect scenario of how things will flow. I tell you we'll work with time frames and design has many moving parts. There's the designer, there's the phony, there's the plumber, there's all these things. And I need you to trust me that we are working with the moving parts. And when you're working with many moving parts, there are going to be mistakes. But you know what? We will be there to correct the mistakes. Yeah. And the thing is, you don't have to be there. That's why I just leave the creative process alone. Mistakes happen. I won't tell you about the mistakes.
Okay.
I'll tell you after they've happened, after you've seen this space. And if you want to know, I'm like, yeah, like this table came and it couldn't fit through the door.
So what happens for the ones who want to be there day to day? Let's say leave on now the shopping and the creative part, leave now execution, because that's really not creative. It's more like, okay, we are getting this done. Let's say on the hard stuff. Yeah. The ones who want to be there. Have you ever had those? Or do you also clearly tell them, Apana, when you're doing this, I need space?
Yeah, I tell them I need space.
Really?
Yeah, I tell them for me to thrive and for me to create like the kind of work that is worthy of you, I need the creative space. You can't micromanage me.
No, so no coming here to say, but here there's, because sometimes on site, things look so bad before they become good.
Not sometimes, all the time. All the time they look bad, they look terrible. And it's because it's you know how you do your makeup and you have to do wear foundation in it. It just looks like you're a clown. But then when you blend it out, like it comes together.
There's white powder here, the eyelids, you're just like, what is this?
Yeah. So I feel like during the process, there's a lot of hand holding where I'm taking care of their emotions. I'm like, I know it's going to look bad, but it's going to look really, really good. Really good. Better than you could expect. So are you willing to wait for that? Yeah.
So for the ones who come, so I've had a client who's been like, for example, I want you to do, let's say what? I want you to do this renovation, but tuko tu hapa. So let's say I want us to do the living room. But we're still living in it. That means akienda job akirudi ako hapo. So step by step as the things are looking ugly, anaona kila siku and they're panicking like, oh, but hii inakaa nini haijamalizwa, like I've not hata hatujaanza kufanya sanding. You know, you not even, have you ever been, or for those ones you're like, no.
Yeah, I've been there where like they are present for most of the time, and it makes me really uncomfortable. But then I try and turn their attention to what is working and the things that they love. So like even in the process, yeah. So like if the sanding hasn't been done the way, I'm like, don't worry, like it's going to be done. But look at how we brought out your idea. Don't you think that's nice? Yeah. I'm sure you like it. Then, when you direct them into a state of appreciation, then
they stop focusing on.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And let me just run you back a little.
Yeah.
How do you think education has shaped your career? Why I'm bringing this question in is when I tie to your end guys. I don't know if this is the same lecturer, and I'll ask her also, because there seems to be a certain set of lecturers, or is it one, who is very keen on nurturing and guiding the students into what their strengths are in your end. Because Olive said the same thing on her episode. There's one particular one who noticed her strength in conceptualizing and told her, by the way, hizi vitu zingine achana tu nazo, and she ended up thriving so much in that. You get?
Yeah.
Do you feel,
Yeah, it was a good experience, like going to UN specifically, because there are all types of lecturers. But when a lecturer sees your potential, which was the same as mine, like in third year, I felt like I said being seen by this particular lecturer.
One.
Yes.
Also,
just
it's not
one.
like at your collective.
No, it's not a collective. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's different lecturers for different people. Because like this lecturer took an interest in me, but for another friend of mine, it's another lecturer who took an interest in them. So and then because it's also based on how the lecturers think themselves.
Okay.
So if they're very logical and very like system oriented, and you look like you have that kind of talent, then they will perceive you
that way.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, if you're very creative and there's a lecturer who's very expansive in they think, because the kind of lecturer who helped me out had like studied abroad and he was exposed to other ways of thinking, then he brought that and he could see this is what this girl is trying to do. She doesn't have the language for it. She doesn't even know what she's doing most of the time.
But this is it.
Yeah, this is it. He was a
So it's not sorry. He was a very
he was a very key like encourager and supporter. Yeah.
So it may not necessarily be a UN thing. It was a fate thing. Would I say it that way? You know, because I was trying to think, is it the same person with Olive? You know, like, is this like there's a set of specific. So my thing was, is it that UN has better lecturers? Let me call it as blunt as that. Do you get? Is what I was trying to figure out. Is it, you know?
Now I feel like it just goes back to the kind of support that is inherently yours. I feel like the moment you tune into who you are and who you'd like to be, like into that quiet part of yourself, that quiet, powerful part of yourself, you'll be guided to where you need to go. So I don't think it's a matter of schools or
lecturers.
It's not exactly, it's not the external world. Like that's why let's not put a lot of focus on the external world. You'll be as much you as you can be, and you'll realize life will open up for you. So you might go to like NIT and something in that place speaks to you and you end up going there. So and then you meet someone who will support you and you can support each other, you know. So it's really like, can you be like, just go back to yourself first. That inner place has a lot of the answers. And like you're willing to be willing to be guided from that place, because then you're able to receive the help and even see it when it's being given to you.
You're right. You may not see it actually.
Yeah. You won't even know how it looks like when it comes. Because usually most of the time you don't even know what you need sometimes until it comes to you.
Yeah.
You may be asking for something that you want, but there's something else you need. And then by you being in a state of receiving allows you to get it. Yeah.
So I want to take back something I said a couple of episodes ago, just based on this. Yeah. So I've always held firmly that you need to work a bit to get a bit more experience before you start your own farm. I'm changing my mind today based on this episode, and let me say why.
Why? Yeah, why?
I'll say that because some of the things we say as people are influenced by our own journeys. You get? And our own structures and the way or the kind of placement we are in life. Sawa? So let me give an example. For me, my journey has been, before employment, was very corporate, very rigid, and getting clients who are also very systematic. Like, I want budgets, I want deadlines, I want time schedules, follow these timelines, I need this by this time, I need to replicate many drawings. You get? So it was really not a creative path. So when I think about it, when I'm taking it back, when I think about it, there's no way you would have thrived in my journey. You get? And there's no way I would have thrived in yours.
Yeah.
So for me to blanket statement and say, have experience first, for people who went my kind of journey, need to have that experience first, because it's very cutthroat. And if you go out and start your own farm and get the same kind of clients, you won't survive. But if you go through your side, you're not meeting the same clients as me.
Yeah, exactly.
Who you know, they don't need that level of precision, order, timelines, rigidity. No, it must be like this. And you get? Yeah. So for you, it's like, let's flow. It is going to flow. We'll learn on the way. We'll enjoy it. You get? So I take it back. I take it back, you know. So everything I think needs to apply to a kind of journey. So are you going corporate? Are you going, you know, this kind of thing? You get?
Yeah.
If you're going very commercial kind of projects, doing maybe the Oracle kind of those kind of offices, there's no you're going to just leave school and thrive with those guys because they give you like
Expectations.
they give you like
Very
handbooks.
strong.
You can read like a 300 pager of guidelines for you before you start doing the nini. You get? So there's no way you're going to chuck from just school and then thrive in such an environment. You get? Because it's like, did you follow the brand colors? Did you follow this? Brand colors is the least of your issues and that's the easiest to deal with. You get? There's a lady called Jackie. Jackie's episode. Guys, go watch it after this video. How she does a lot of projects that embrace sustainability, wellness, and stuff like that. And she was like, there's a project they did. How many pages? Is it a 300 page or something? We'll insert the correct number here of documentation that she had to read before she started the project. And I'm like, my God, can you imagine handling a project like that? You, it's like, by page 3, I'm like bored. I'm tired. It's like, what are these? It's so confined. It's written. You can't go and change whatever to, my creativity told me. You must adhere to it. You get?
And there's a people who thrive in that. It's crazy, but the people who thrive
in that. So for that kind of person, toka shule endo uandikwe kwanza, see how people do their things, how they take these briefs from this kind of client, because it's nice to not learn or do the same mistakes. Go see how they take the briefs, go see how they respond to the feedback from the client, go see which pages they missed out when they were doing, those kind of people, enda your path. So I've changed my mind.
100%.
Higher. If you're going to give an aspiring interior designer, first of all, I'd like you to choose an age group. Is it someone who is trying to figure out whether they want to go into interior design, someone who's in uni, someone who has left, someone who has worked a little bit maybe for 5-6 years, or someone running their business? So choose the persona first and then give them advice based on your experience, what you think would help them along the way. Pressure.
Someone who's in uni.
Okay, let's go. Uni students, skizeni.
The kind of advice I'd give them.
Yes.
Yeah. Like give yourself the chance to explore who you are creatively. I feel like when you're in university, there's the least amount of pressure. You don't have bills to pay, you don't have kids, you don't have like may not have family issues. You just have school, you just have class and home, assignments and home. And that will be the best opportunity where there's no pressure to explore who you are creatively. Explore what makes you come alive. Explore what wants to come forth from you. So, and also allow yourself to be in positions that people can find you and you can collaborate with other people on, just for the sake of creativity.
Also, how do you stay proactive, you? And how would they stay proactive? Like in growing, getting knowledge,
I think the most important thing has been nurturing the love you have for design.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you start practicing it, there are many things that can take away from how much you love design. And creating a space to be by yourself and love design and appreciate design. So like traveling, just enjoying design for the sake of design, not for the sake of a project. There's someone, I love listening to other artists and being inspired by other artists. And there's one called Osborne Masharia. He's a photographer. And he was in your end, actually. I think he did architecture. And there's a time he came to speak to us when I was in school for like there was a design week. And there's something he said that really stuck with me. He was like, as a creative, primarily a creative, allow yourself to take on your own projects. Allow yourself to nurture the love you have for your medium. And where he is now, like he's doing all types of, I don't even know about him, all types of unique. He's done Marvel work, like he's done amazing things. And I could sense that he is very protective about the heart he has for photography. So if you're always just up and about doing projects, running around from one side of Nairobi to the other side of Nairobi, like where is it? What time do you have to nurture the love you have for your craft? Because after all is said and done, will you remember all the what you want to remember at the moments, the beautiful moments, that the experiences that you created for other people, how it felt doing that. So fight for that space and now create your boundaries around that. Because I assure you, sometimes people feel like it's like I'm not allowed to have boundaries because the client, like the client is always right. Or no, this is not the traditional way of working where I come and you just mistreat me from here to next year. No, it's a collaboration. I am coming with talent. You are coming with ability. We get to work in this moment in time. We get to experience each other. So let's treat each other, with the honor the other person deserves.
Yes, you're right.
And now when you allow yourself to be like that for yourself, then you won't tolerate some things from other people, and now people know how to relate with you, like based on that. They respect you more. Doesn't matter you look like this. Because like I always get, like how old are you? Or even when you're working on projects, like
where does age come in this story?
Fundi hata like hata wajui mimi ndio like they're coming and they're like, huyu msichana. I'm like, mimi si just msichana. Or when you're going to shops or stores and hey, the people they're like, oh, so uko shule? Hapana, nimekuwa nikifanya kitu for like 5 years. Usiniambie ati niko shule. But then when you speak from a point of authority that is built from an internal place, then the respect will come. Yeah.
Wow. And then last but not least.
Yeah.
How do you connect with other peers? So this is finding, so what you're mentioning about Osman Masharia is creating your own projects, finding a way to fall in love with your art, with your craft, just exploring. But do you also connect with peers in the industry, whether they're not interior designers, because you can be connecting with also artists, photographers, how do you do it?
I love connecting with artists most of the time.
Okay.
Because they are in the wavelength that I'm in.
Artists kuchora na kupaint and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the way they think wild, and there's a way they think that is very expansive. And I love that kind of mentality. I want to feel more unhinged, like more how good, again, how good can it get? Like, I don't want to just do ceiling level stuff, So I connect with select designers, but not too much. Because again, unfortunately, sometimes all you want to do is just complain about like maybe clients, or like it can be a hard industry because of all these external factors, and I'd rather we don't talk about that.
Oh really?
No, we don't have to. That's like victim mentality. I know this stuff exists, but it doesn't have to exist for you. So the more you focus on something, the more it grows. The more you focus on how bad things can be, the more that grows. So I don't want to hear if a designer is telling me about, hey, I'm like, you have the power to change that. Do you, or do you not want to work with the client? Genuinely, I don't, but I have to cost money. You don't.
It's
then
the end of story.
Yeah, don't. If you want to work with them, set boundaries. Respect them and allow them to respect you as well. So like, don't come here and we will pity party. Like life is too exciting to pity party. There's so much more to be done.
Yeah.
So much. You don't want to just stay in a state of helplessness. I won't support that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like connecting with designers who feel like they're powerful in their own right. Who feel like the world is working for them, that they are moving, they're getting more than they ever bargained for. They're not following all the rules, but somehow life is really working out for them. Yeah. Those are the kind of stories I want to hear. That's the kind of person I want to be inspired by.
And these artists that you're hanging out with, where are you hanging out with? For the ones who want to go and hang out with them also. Is it guys that you also, because you guys, your end had also the artists, there's a wide array, and you could have made a lot of connections back in uni. So where?
Actually, the connections I made in uni, like the designers, my designer friends, are the ones we refer clients, like we help each other out, like with sourcing, with just basically sourcing and client work. Yeah. So like if I'm not able to do some technical work, they can do it for me at a rate, like by which others community. But for networking and those opportunities, I like going to artist studios, to furniture shops. I just want to talk to the fundi. Like
Really?
yeah, like there's a perspective that can be found there that isn't found in other places. Yeah. And it doesn't, when you ask me that question, it doesn't look like it happens intentionally, but it's like this week I just feel like talking to someone creative. So maybe I'll go to MB Creatives and then I'll just hang around a photographer, or I just want to be around them, and like, I want to be inspired by their craft, because the interesting thing about design is that it's just one medium. But when I immerse myself in other mediums and I go for like paint and sips and I just get to be around other creatives, then whatever they're doing rubs off on me.
You're right. You can't just be in a box.
Like life is so wide. There's so many things going on, and it's actually something I'm working on more and more. Like just getting out there and being inspired by other people. Just it may not be in the creative, because I'm so good at transmuting things. So like just hearing your story, and it's like I can grab something and then I transmute it into design. Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to end the podcast by Val's quote. I want to feel unhinged. I may or might not put it. That may be your thumbnail titles if you see it.
Oh my gosh.
Title already slapped your face that my face is here.
Goodness.
Yes, but most importantly, guys, I want to tell you about a drop that we are doing in June. So we are dropping a notebook. Yeah, that's going to help designers watch the episodes, intentionally see what they're taking away from each episode and how it applies to their life at that point. You get?
So interesting.
Yeah. So if you want to pre-order, the link is going to be here. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to creating like a community of people who also learn from it. Just don't watch ile passively. Oh, okay, Abigail said this, moved on. You get that. There are nice nuggets that you pick from everyone, and then by the end of 6 months, it's like, oh, I implemented this and this and this, and this is how it applies specifically to my life.
I love that.
And in January, oh, I'm a whole new person. You get. So guys, and then we order, and then we start this community of ours. We will be discussing. There'll be like a book club. We watch an episode. We say this what is applying to me. Just small prompts here and there, and then we also bond and form community. Yeah, so go watch. Comment on this episode. Tell us what you've learned. Yeah, and we're going to drop your social media handles. Please tell us, what are we dropping? Where do we find you?
Valerie Gikunjo Design on Instagram. Yeah.
Only?
Yes.
Sawa. Instagram. I'm going to drop the link here. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye.